Dogs don't sweat like we do. They don't reach for a fan, sip iced lattes, or bundle up in coats by a fireplace. But that doesn't mean they're helpless in extreme temperatures. Today, we're diving deep into these topics. 1. Introducing the dog's thermostat. 2. Decoding the mechanisms. 3. Summertime safety, keeping cool. 4. Winter wonders, staying warm. 5. Beyond the basics, breed, age, health factors. Let's start with the introduction. 1. Introducing the dog's thermostat. When your dog starts panting, it's not just because they're tired. Panting is your dog's cooling system, and it's remarkably efficient, but it's also delicate. Unlike humans, dogs don't sweat through their skin. They cool off mostly through their mouths, their paws, and smart behavior like seeking shade, laying on cool surfaces, or slowing down. And here's something most dog owners don't know. Your dog's normal body temperature is actually higher than yours, usually between 101 and 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit. So when things heat up, they've got to work even harder to cool down. 2. Decoding the mechanisms. Panting is more than heavy breathing, it's precision thermoregulation. When your dog pants, they rapidly inhale and exhale, pushing cool air across their moist tongue and respiratory tract. This evaporative cooling helps lower their internal temperature, similar to how sweat works for us. But dogs do sweat, just not where you'd expect. The pads of their paws have sweat glands. Ever notice damp paw prints on the floor after a hot walk? That's their version of perspiration. And dogs are clever. They'll dig into cool dirt, sprawl belly down on tile, or retreat to the shade, not just instinct, but strategy. 3. Summertime safety, keeping cool. You've seen it, the tongue hanging out, the rapid breathing, the big-eyed look of a dog fresh from a walk in the sun. That's not just tiredness. That's thermoregulation in action. Dogs pant because they don't have sweat glands like humans. Instead, they cool down by evaporating moisture from their tongues, nasal passages, and lungs and releasing excess heat that way. But when temperatures rise, your dog's internal air conditioner has limits. So what can you do? Always provide access to fresh, cool water, inside and out. Hydration is a dog's first line of defense. Offer plenty of shade, especially if your pup spends time outdoors. Trees, tarps, and dog tents make a huge difference. Avoid intense activity between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m., when ground temps and UV rays peak. Invest in cooling mats or vests, especially for brachycephalic breeds like bulldogs and pugs. And the most important takeaway? Know the signs of heatstroke. Excessive panting, bright red gums, vomiting, lethargy, disorientation. Heatstroke can develop in minutes, and it's a veterinary emergency. Because once a dog overheats, their organs start to shut down. Time becomes everything. 4. Winter wonders, staying warm. Now, let's shift seasons. When temperatures drop, your dog isn't just battling the cold, they're working overtime to stay warm. While some breeds, like Huskies or Malamutes, are built for snow, others feel the chill hard. Think Chihuahuas, Greyhounds, and senior dogs. Dogs use their fur as insulation, trapping warm air close to the body. But when it's wet, shaved, or too short, that natural barrier vanishes. So, what can we do? Dress for success. Dog coats, booties, and sweaters aren't just cute, they're vital for short-haired or small dogs. Limit outdoor time during freezing temps. Play in short bursts, then bring them in to warm up. Create cozy spaces indoors, soft beds away from drafts, raised sleeping surfaces, and heating pads designed for pets. Dogs also curl into balls, tuck noses under tails, and shiver to stay warm. Classic body language cues to watch for. Because yes, dogs shiver when they're cold, but also when they're scared or excited. So context is key. 5. Beyond the basics, breed, age, health factors. Now here's where things get really interesting. Not all dogs regulate temperature the same way. Breed matters. Double-coated dogs retain heat better. Flat-faced dogs struggle more with cooling. Small dogs lose heat faster than big dogs. Age matters. Puppies and senior dogs have underdeveloped or slower systems, making them more vulnerable to both heat and cold. Health matters. Dogs with heart disease, obesity, respiratory issues, or thyroid problems can have impaired thermoregulation. Even medications can affect how your dog responds to temperature extremes. So how do you know if your dog's struggling? If they're panting heavily without exertion. If they're seeking warmth obsessively, curling tightly, or trembling. If their nose, ears, or paws feel unusually cold or hot, pay attention. These are your early warning signs. And most importantly, always consult your veterinarian if you're unsure. Because what looks like minor discomfort might be a sign of a larger issue beneath the surface. Your dog relies on you to read their signs, to understand their signals, to speak their silent language. Panting, shivering, curling up in a sunbeam or sprawling on cool tiles, these aren't just quirks. They're conversations. So this summer, this winter, every season in between, listen closely. Because your dog is always speaking. And now, you know exactly what they're saying.